All right, a little update for you. So I have officially launched and concluded my trial run of Pay What You Can for my course Profile to Profit. So I wanted to let you know how it went because I was really unsure. I really had a lot of imposter syndrome around this idea, which I don't think I talked about when I recorded the initial half of it, but I was actually scared to ask people for opinions on whether or not I should do this because I was really lit up by the idea, but I really thought a lot of people were going to tell me no, that it was a really bad idea and that I was going to have an absolutely awful experience with it. So I'm really happy to report that I didn't. I had a handful of people who actually participated, but I want to share more about what it actually looked like for me to facilitate. So I mentioned before that I set the payments up for the course through Stripe, so I wasn't sure how that whole checkout process would work with getting people to actually pay what you can and then be redirected to the course to get it all signed up and still make it into my email system like they were supposed to get all of the emails, which provides access ongoingly. So it's not just like you have this one chance to click on the course and create your account, or that's it. So ironically, the systems piece, which I was super concerned about, actually went swimmingly and it worked really well. People made it from the emails that I sent out. They clicked on the button. It took them to the Stripe page where they made their donation, I guess. In essence, they paid what they could for the course. And then from there, they were automatically provided the link for them to go into Thinkific and create their course account because that's where I host my course. And then it also put them into my system. So there was a little bit of redirecting, a little bit of making sure all of the right info was where it was supposed to be, and a lot of help from Zapier. So if you have not used Zapier before, I highly recommend it because it did streamline the whole process. So while I was busy aggressively cleaning my house and hanging out at my mom's because we had 3 different showings, people were seeing my emails, going in and purchasing the course. So it was great. I loved it. I had a fabulous experience in the system sense from it. So I'm thinking that doing the payment through Stripe may not be a great long-term option just because it simply doesn't look very pretty. It doesn't look on brand, kind of looks a little sketchy. Hopefully the people that would see it know who I am and know me. And I really tried to prep that in my email so that people knew, hey, I'm trying out something totally new. You're not going to end up on my website. This is going to look a little different. So they expected that, but if I wanted to launch this ongoingly or kind of do it more regularly, which is something that I'm considering, can't commit to, so don't hold out just for it because I may not do it again and I may not do it for anything other than this course. But if I were to do it on a landing page, I think it would look really weird to go from a landing page for someone who doesn't know me into a Stripe payment plan. It doesn't look super professional. So I have some work and some research to do on my end if I choose to do this again to see if there's another way that I could accept payments that might look a little bit more on brand for my business and be a little bit more professional. So that's something that I'm considering, but the rest of the process worked really well and I would continue to do the same thing that way. So in terms of money, everybody wants to know money. How did it go, Brittany? Did you make money? Well, I did. Like I said, I had a handful of people purchase the course. I'm not going to say how much each person gave me. In total, I generated about $350, maybe $400 in revenue. I'd have to go back and double check the exact numbers. So, it's not like hundreds of thousands, which, I kind of wasn't expecting. Would be nice, but overall I was able to help a handful of people access the course content at a price point that worked for them. So that was a big success in my opinion. The prices that I got paid, quote unquote, paid for the course ranged anywhere from $5, which yes, was the minimum. And if you tried to enter something less than that, you would have got a notification saying that 5 was the minimum. I know I said pay what you can, but I had to pick a bare minimum price that would cover the cost of the actual transaction for the payment, which is $5 just due to Stripe fees and conversion rates and all of those other things that I pay for, the actual system stuff. So I did have one person give me the bare minimum. They gave me $5, and then the other payments ranged from $5 up to $150 was the most that I received. And I was so ecstatic to see that someone found value in it and was willing to still pay me $150 when they could have given me 5. So I thought that it was a great trial run. It was nice to kind of see the different price points and what worked for people. Not only is it great market research for me to kind of know pricing my offers going forward, what fits in people's budget right now, but just to kind of in general see the variability of things and what people think courses are worth, and or like I said, what fits in their budget at that time. So overall, I'm super happy with how my little experiment went. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'll do it again, if I would just do it as like random one-off kind of pop-up promos, or whether I would just do a pay what you can model ongoing for my courses, at least anything that doesn't require my one-on-one time. I did mention before that I was considering launching it for some of my downloadable resources as well that are available in my shop. So there's actually 5 of those now because I launched a new one throughout this process. So I've got 3 different social media ones, a podcasting one, which can actually be used for social media, and a bundle for them. So there's 5 different resources. I thought about launching it for that in the first place, but the only reason that I didn't is because the products are set up as an actual product in my Wix store, and I wasn't sure how I could go about doing that. So I'll have to have a conversation with Wix as well and see if, a pay what you can model is something that their systems could support. But at the time, I did not have 4 hours to talk to customer support, which most days it feels like is how long it takes to get a straight answer from anyone that knows what they're doing. So stay tuned if I do that. But right now my resources, I'm hoping, fit in most people's budget, aside from the person that paid me $5 for the course. And I'm not hating on that person. It is what it is, and I'm fine with that. But all my downloadable resources, my shop products, would fit in everybody else's budget from the prices that they paid for the course. So definitely check those out if you're looking for some additional resources to support your business. There's one that helps you create a content calendar that's actually going to support your goals and help you generate money. There's another one that is more of a content review, content audit. It kind of gives you a base point to know what to check from your past posts to see what you can go forward with and improve in the future. So that's a really helpful one. Another one is called the Organic Engagement Playbook. So that tells you how you can connect with your community in a way that feels totally aligned and authentic, not those sleazy, hey, so like I want to sell you this. We're not about that. So there's a bunch of different ways and ideas that you can use to create that community and build those connections with your audience. And then, like I said, the podcasting one that I have, it's called your podcast playlist. So it's 52 ideas for your podcast. You could totally use those ideas for your podcast, your vlog. If you do YouTube, you could use them as blog prompt ideas. You could also use them as ideas for reels or like mini social media series, things that you talk about in your Instagram stories. So I designed it more specifically for podcasting, but you can use it in all of those mediums. And I really love it because it's like fill in the blank style. So you can kind of pick and play what works best for you. There's 26 that are geared towards revenue generation and 26 that are geared towards creating community and positioning yourself as an authority figure, so more educating. And then I also include additional information like ChatGPT prompts to kind of help you with all of this. And there's examples for every single one of the 52 ideas included. So that's a really great one. Like I said, even if you're not podcasting, you can use it in other areas of your business. But if you do have a podcast, then it's fabulous. And little spoiler alert, I didn't promote it this way, but you could actually use the prompts as the titles for your episodes. So, I truly tried to make it easy for you with whatever form of long form or short form content you're creating. So check that out. And like I said, and then there's a bundle of the 3 social media resources together. So those are the different things you can kind of get your hands on if you're looking for support and guidance, but you don't have the budget for one-on-one services right now. Then that would be definitely what I would recommend. So thank you guys so much for listening to this. I hope you found this episode insightful. Maybe it'll encourage you to try something a little bit different, off the wall, weird in your business and see how it goes. I am just trying to embrace this energy and see how else I can take kind of what I've learned and throw the business rulebook out the window and see what else I can do in my business to actually help you guys get results, because that's truly why I'm here. It's what I'm doing, and I want to do it more and I want to do it different. And I'm just like embracing that now. Before I was like, no, Brittany, you can't do this. And now I'm like, let's try it. let's see what happens. So stay tuned for what other shenanigans I'll be up to next. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, because I have so many more videos coming out that are gonna help you grow your business and do things differently, do things like you. So stay tuned for all of those wonderful things, and I will see you in the next video.